We have a dent on the roof of this 2012 Camry. Hail damage. This whole thing was demolished by hail. Big, giant dents. Boulders. I mean, these are bird baths right here. Birds, you can fill it up with water, and the birds can go swimming in these and drink the water out of here and bathe themselves. You know, all that good stuff. We're going to show you what it looks like, show you the process, how we repair it, all that fun stuff. You know, often I get phone calls, emails, things like that, text messages from customers, and they say, hey, I have a dent in my car. It's about the size of a dime or a pencil or a quarter or whatever. And most of the time it's not. It's usually much larger. And I'll give you an example like this dent right here. They say a quarter size dent. Well, what we have for you here is a quarter size dent hail magnet we use courtesy of Montana Dents. My boy Chris Round in Montana. Take a look at that. Quarter size dent. Okay, we're going to put it on there. Okay, look at that. It's on there. Obviously you can tell that it's much larger than a quarter. Much larger. Okay. Okay, so I got you a good side view of the dent. What I'm going to show you is basically we're going to use this tool right here. A little soft tip. You don't want to use a super sharp tip on deep dents to start it. You want to use something soft like this to get the dent moving as much as possible at the beginning. You know, people have their own methods. They'll say what they want, say what they will, you know. But whatever works best for you, you do that. You do you. How about that? So what we're going to do is we're going to try to find the center of the dent and just get it moving. All right. She's going. She's doing her thing. You know, sometimes if they don't want to react as quickly as you'd like, you just got to beat it into submission. Courtesy of my boy Cecil Jordan Thompson Cadillac. He taught me his good ways. He said, just beat that Jesse into submission and have a nice day. And that's pretty much what we're doing here. You know, owe him a lot. He's a pretty smart guy. Taught me a lot of things. Just beat that Jesse into submission. She's coming up quite nicely. So boom, I mean, you got it up pretty decent there. As you can see, it's pinched a little bit right in this region here and then back in here. And then there's a little shallow spot in the middle, which is that dark area. Okay, so we're getting ready to knock it down, the high spots. Got two different type of tips, a blunt and a sharper one. So what I'm gonna do is start with the blunt, knock the high crowns down. That way it makes it easier for me to get the rest of the dent up. So you knock your little high spots down here, which is the shinier part of the dent or the damaged area. The shallower you can make that dent, the easier it is to come up. If it's sharp and deep and really dark, you can create a lot of problems for yourself. And you know, I don't like problems. I like to enjoy working, have fun, goof off, not be so serious all the time. Okay. See, you can see we got a little bit more shallow. Okay, so I've moved my light down a little bit. It was up here. Now it's down here. Okay. Changing my tip, a little bit sharper tip. Not as sharp as I have, but definitely sharper. That way I can really finesse the dent and move it exact spots I want without moving a whole lot of metal. And that's what we're going to try to do right now. You know, keep in mind, all this is a little bit more difficult with the camera in the way. Trying to talk, let you know what I'm doing. So basically I'm trying to get to the center of that dent right on the body line, the feature line, or the crease, whatever you want to call it. But the proper is a feature line, okay? Or body line, one of those two. I like those. Don't say crease. It kind of makes me think you have a crease in your vehicle. So say body line or feature line. Most people call it body lines. So if you get the body line up first, then you can easily get the rest of the dent around it. Always get the body line up first if you can. Try not to get the surrounding areas up, because then it just won't move, because like I said before, all your strength in the panel is on the body line. You know, we're just moving around, doing what we can, getting it up the best we can. Okay, we got it up pretty good. Okay, so what I've done here, I moved the light back a little bit. I moved the camera back. That way you get a lower sight line so you can see the dent better. Basically, it's like the sun. If it's 12 o'clock in the afternoon, the sun's pointing straight down, you have no shadow. If it's 5 or 6 o'clock in the evening or morning, you're going to have more of a shadow. And that's basically what you want. You want to start the dent at 12 o'clock, the least amount of shadow so you can see the bottom of the dent. And then once you get the bottom of the dent as flush as possible, then you go to 6 o'clock. So that way you can see more of shadow. And that's what you see in here. You see a little bit of high spot right here. And this crease is still here. And you see some shadows back in here. So we're going to clean that up for you. Okay, now you see we got it knocked down pretty good for you. We'll take our hammer here and clean up these crowns, the high spots. It's called a crown. That's not good, what we just did there. That's not good at all. Right here, put a little dent. Unfortunate, you hate to see it, folks, but it happens. We'll clean that up later. Just tap it in. All you do is just tap-a-roo. Tappy, tappy, tappy. You know, it's so easy, a monkey can do it, man. A blind man can see how easy this is. You get what I'm saying, folks? Don't let it frustrate you. Just beat it to submission. That's all you have to do. Well, I just made a mistake. Huge mess right here. Huge mess. Well, folks, you hate to see it. That's just the way it is.
It's just the way it is.
Okay, you know, she's looking all right. Not too shabby. All right, so we zoomed in for you right here. You can see a low spot, some high spots around it. And this is that spot where we messed up at and some high spots around it. We're gonna finesse all that, clean it up for you, make it look real nice like. It's like eating ice cream and cake, folks, just like I said before. A blind man can see how easy this is. So easy a monkey can do it. Ain't that right, Shane? Uh-huh, he confirmed. Do you concur, sir? Yes, sir, he did. I like mustard on my biscuits. They're real nice. Mm-hmm, she looking good. She looking real nice. It's pretty cool. I'm actually looking at the camera while I fix it. Makes it a little bit more tricky, but it's still pretty cool. That may be a good idea for fixing things you can't see. Use a camera. I like that. All right, not too bad, not too bad. Not too shabby at all, folks. Now some people say, why use this tip versus this tip? Well, surface area, precision, ground, precision strikes. You know, you want to do a precision airstrike and you want to knock out a lot of enemies at once. Boom! You just want to knock out one little enemy. Bam! Sniper rifle, cluster strike. We'll use our little well tool here to clean up our little boogery mistake right here. I would just stick it up in there, see if we can't make magic happen. Oh no, oh no. She ain't gonna happen. So, unfortunate series of your best friend. Use it to sand any imperfections in the clear coat. You do that and then you buff it out with your buffing machine, make it all purdy and stuff again. People will think you're some kind of magician at this point. And just say, nah, I just used a buffing wheel. Boom, use that guy right here. Foam pad wool with your nice creamy sauce. Throw a little bit of that niceness on there. And just kind of mush it around like this so it doesn't get crazy on you. So start slow, people. Just go slow. Got to get in there right, nice and slow. Get it nice and lubricated so you can really do work to this guy. That's your goal. Nice and slow. Then you speed her up. Let that little dent right there still. It's glue tab, people. Then we're going to fix this little low spot right here. See it? I'm working it. Just a little tiny low spot. You know, there's no mistakes, only happy mistakes. Just happy mistakes, people. Okay? And got a little one up here, right by this little black line, in between the black and white line, there's a little tiny shallow spot, and I'm gonna work it up. Just nice and slow. You know, there's only happy mistakes, people. Boom. Denatured alcohol, That's what gets the tabs off. See, nice little high spot there. And we're just going to tap it down, nice and soft. Nice and soft. See, we got a little bit left on that low spot. No big deal, you know, that's just the nature of the beast. Denatured alcohol. Still a little low, still a little bit. Very frustrating to see that every now and then. So now I gotta put something on the Ajax ain't gonna take off. A little bit bigger tab. Let it sit for a few seconds, you know, say ABC 1, 2, 3, Happy New Year. Boom, boom. And you just tap it down again. Tap it down. Break out this hammer so you can see a little bit better what I'm doing. And that's how you make magic happen. What you think, Shane?
Magic!
Magic in the happening.
Magic.
Magic.